I'm Julie Carlisle and today I'm answering one of the big questions of Thermomix, and that is, when will the TM7 be released? So this is something I'm asked all the time. You'd be surprised how often I get this question. I have the website ThermoKitchen, and quite often it is in my inbox by way of emails or on forms. I get asked in person. It's probably one of the most frequent questions I get asked. So I thought I'm going to do a YouTube and give you my thoughts on the matter. Okay, so before I get started, I'm just going to explain exactly who I am. Like I said, I'm Julie Carlisle. I have a website called ThermoKitchen. I have been producing Thermomix recipes for that website since 2015, so that's quite a while now. I have produced 3 self-published cookbooks. I am a Thermomix consultant. I am in the Central Coast area, but I actually service all of Australia as a virtual consultant, and I'm qualified to look after NDIS clients. So that's a bit about me. Okay, so most people that I get this question from are people that are considering buying the Thermomix. So their concern is that they're going to be buying a superseded model. That once they get their Thermomix home, that they're going to find that the new TM7 has been released or is about to be released. So I understand their concern, and that's why I wanted to go through what my thoughts are on this matter. And it's basically educated speculation, but when I was going through Google as well and listening on the grapevine, I feel like I have a fair idea of what is going on at the moment. Okay, so these buyers, I think they're thinking back to the TM31 day when TM31 was superseded by the TM5. Now, I do admit that that whole situation probably wasn't handled as well as it could have been, and the company Thermomix in Australia has learnt so much from that rollout. They initially did actually probably handle it in a way that wasn't ideal, so they went back and they offered their TM31 owners who purchased 6 months before the TM5 release, they offered them the chance to upgrade to the TM5 for free. So I think that Thermomix in Australia has actually done everything it can for its customers in that regard. And then when they released the TM6, they were very, very careful not to make the same mistake. They let everybody know months and months in advance that there was a new Thermomix coming. Thermomix consultants knew well in advance, like we knew so far out. There were whisperings and we were told in no uncertain terms that there was a Thermomix TM6 coming. We were then told the offers that we were able to offer people who would prefer to have the TM5, so we were able to offer very good discounted offers to people who would prefer to have the TM5 rather than wait for the TM6. So we got the best of both worlds for our customers. Okay, so I guess what I'm saying to you is that the situation that arose in, when would it have been? Maybe 2014. That's quite a while ago now. In 2014, with the TM31 to the TM5, that's just nothing that anyone needs to worry about. Thermomix in Australia are completely transparent, and we don't need to worry about a situation like that again. So, with that in mind, when is the TM7 being released? So that is the question. Now, people that are asking me usually haven't seen the TM6. So I just want to tell you about the TM6 quickly, because this forms the basis of my opinion. So the TM6 is a smart machine, and it's like no other of the Thermomixes that have come before it. And the reason for that is because it is updatable. So just like your phone like your Apple phone or any other device that the software gets updated, it gets updated and changed all the time. So the initial TM6 that we got probably had maybe 4 extra cooking modes, functions. So it really wasn't that much different to the TM5 at that point. Now we have more than 17 cooking modes. Every couple of months, a new cooking mode comes out. So we get egg boil mode. We had ferment mode right from the beginning. We've got grater mode, peeler mode. It just keeps on going. So there's a lot of research and development still being put into the TM6 and generating new functionality for the TM6. So I feel that with all of this research and development still going for the TM6 and with the updatable, the fact that the TM6 is updatable, it isn't like Thermomixes that have come before it. Thermomix that have come before it, the only way to offer a new feature to customers was to actually bring out a new machine. Now Thermomix are able to offer new features all the time just by updating the software. So it is a completely different playing field. Okay, so that's one thing that I really wanted to get clear. So one is that the Thermomix TM6 changes all the time. We are constantly getting more features, and also more features with Cookadoo and more features that interact between Cookadoo and the TM6. So we're getting more features all the time, which means more research and development is going into the TM6 all the time. So with all of that happening, it doesn't seem like a product that Vorwerk is thinking is obsolete in my mind. It seems like something that they're very much committed to. Okay, so when I think about the chance of a TM7 coming out, I start to think, well, how far out is it likely to be? So I had a look at the Google predictions, and when you have a look through there, you can see that people have been predicting a TM7 as far back as 2022. So the first people starting to say, okay, the TM7 is coming out was in 2022. They thought it was coming out then. Then we had people saying it's going to be out by 2023. Then by the end of 23, beginning of 24. So, you know, people have been speculating about the TM7 coming out for a very long time. So something that I would say to that is if I had held off purchasing the TM6, if I'd been planning to buy in 2022 and I held off purchasing my TM6 and I still hadn't purchased at this point in time, I would be very sorry. The best Thermomix is the Thermomix that is sitting on your kitchen bench. It is the one that is going to help you get the meals out, feed your family healthy meals, save you time, energy, and money. So for that reason, this speculation of when the TM7 is going to come out, it's not going to come out anytime soon. We've looked at, you know, what's happening with the TM6. There's so much still happening with the TM6. There's nothing on the Thermomix grapevine about the TM7. And believe me, you know, the grapevine, there are loose lips. There's a lot of loose lips in the Thermomix business. There would be something on the grapevine if there was something in the pipeline for the TM7. So I guess and also, most importantly, if there was something even in the next 6 months or 6 months plus, consultants would know already. We got a very big heads up about the TM6. So if the TM7 was even, you know, 6 months or so out, we would know already. So it is not. So I think anyone that is putting off purchasing waiting for the TM7 is really doing themselves a disservice. The Thermomix could be saving them so much effort right now. Now, if you haven't looked at the Thermomix and the TM6, I think that that's probably the best place to start, because unless you fully understand how versatile the machine is and how updatable it is and how many functions and features and modes have been updated and are updated, I think you can't really appreciate just how much you're getting in the Thermomix and why you really want to get it now. So the other thing I always ask people when they say to me, oh yes, well the TM7's coming out anytime now, is really, so what do you think the TM7 is going to do? I'm going to put that to you guys too. What is the TM7 going to do? What would you like it to do? What can't the TM6 do that you would like the TM7 to do? Yeah, I had a really serious think about this because I've got my TM6 and I love it. Is there something that I would think, oh, I've got to get rid of this and get the TM7 for straight away? And the answer is no. There are so many features and modes of cooking that I just haven't even used yet. It is a machine that has more functionality than I even need, and I use my machine 2 and 3 times a day. I've got 2 machines, as you can see, sitting there on the bench top. I also have 2 black machines as well. These ones are on the bench top because they get used every day, and usually both of them are used every day. So I use my machines a lot, and there are functions that I haven't even used yet. So what should the TM7 do? Yeah, I can't think of anything. I did actually want a slicer. I wanted the Thermomix to be able to slice potatoes and grate like a food processor. So that was something that I hoped the TM7 would do. But now we have our cutter. You can see that in the background up there on the shelf. So we just need an attachment to add to our TM6, and now we've got a food processor as well. So I really can't think of anything more that we need the Thermomix to do that warrants another machine. So for that reason as well, I think that the TM7 might be a lot further out than people actually think. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the Thermomix TM7. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to know what you think could be changed with the TM7, what features you would like to see in a TM7. Yeah, anything like that you can add to the discussion. I'd be really interested. So in the comments below, feel free to have a bit of a say. Yeah, remember to be polite. I would love to know what your thoughts are on the 6 and on the TM7. And if you would like to have a deeper look at the TM6, you can always get hold of me in the contact details below in the story below. And I can help you with that, either with a virtual demonstration or a chat on the phone. Okay, bye for now.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to join me on our Thermo Kitchen Facebook group. Happy cooking!